So see here, CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheet. Okay, the CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheet. The CSS describes how HTML elements are to be displayed on the screen, paper, or any other media. Okay, CSS saves you a lot of work. It can control the layout of multiple web pages. Okay, and CSS allow you to control look and feel of several pages by changing the single source. Okay, now we will again see the syntax of CSS. Syntax is selector, okay, and the declaration block. Okay, now how this selector and declaration box comes, we will see. See here, the syntax of CSS. So what is the syntax of CSS? It is the selector. This H1 is called as a selector. Okay, after that, this curly bracket and this curly bracket close, whole is called as declaration block. Okay, means selector and declaration block. Selector means, for example, here H1 is a selector, and in declaration block I have given H1 selector, curly bracket open, color yellow, again there is a semicolon, font dash size 11px. So this color is called as a property and the yellow is called as a value. You can write selector, anything can be H1 tag, body tag, P tag, H2 tag. It can be a selector. Declaration box, declaration block contain one or more declarations separated by semicolon. If you want to declare more than one property, you need to use the semicolon. And properties are value, and properties and value are separated by colon. This is the syntax of CSS. Okay, now we will jump directly to internal CSS. Okay, before that, types of CSS. Which are the types of CSS? Inline CSS, internal CSS, and external CSS. This is the three types of CSS. Now we will see the first type of CSS is your inline CSS. See here, inline CSS. Inline CSS means what? For example, I want to apply the style for single element. That time we use the inline CSS. Here, the inline style sheet, what is the definition of inline style sheet? It use the style attribute. Remember, it use the style attribute in HTML start tag. Okay, HTML start tag means what? For example, here this is your HTML start tag, and after that I have used the style attribute. Okay, and then is equal to double quotes, everything inside the double quotes. If I want to apply the multiple property, put here semicolon, again write your property value and double quotes complete. Okay, now we will see the example of internal CSS and what you mean by internal CSS. Okay, so what is the main thing inside internal CSS, sorry, inline CSS? Inline CSS means what? It use the start attribute, okay, along with HTML start tag. What do you mean by HTML start tag? For example, H1 is your HTML start tag. Then we need to use this style is equal to double quotes. The properties you want to write inside double quotes complete. This bracket completes and this content block. Means whatever you want to write, the content that you will write inside this tag. Okay, so this is the main thing inside the inline CSS. We need to use the style attribute with HTML start tag. Got it? For example, see here. This is an example of inline CSS. HTML tag, body tag. This is an example of inline CSS. Just a contain. P tag, style tag is given. Okay. HTML tag. So we are using the HTML5. So use this syntax of HTML5 doc type HTML. Okay. So HTML tag, body tag. Now the example of inline CSS. Used P tag here. P tag is your HTML start tag. After that, the attribute style is equal to double quotes. The property is here color. What is the value of that color? Yellow. I have used one more property, letter spacing. Okay, again colon. Letter spacing is 1 centimeter, and the content inside is hello CSS. P tag close, body close, HTML close. Okay, save the file and run the program. What is the output here? You can see the output. See here. This is the example of inline CSS. It display as it is because after body I have given this. This is example of inline CSS, and P tag paragraph, in that hello CSS is given, and the hello CSS display with letter spacing 1 centimeter and the color yellow. I'm changing the color here. File, save. Refresh your page. Okay, this is the output. So this is called as inline CSS. Okay, this is very easy. Just remember the syntax. What is the syntax of inline CSS? Use the HTML start tag, means any tag, and the style attribute is equal to double quotes, all the properties and value. That is all about your inline CSS. Okay, now we will see the program of internal CSS. Okay, so we'll again jump to internal CSS. What do you mean by internal CSS? This is used to apply the CSS on single document or page. Okay, remember, this is used to apply CSS on single document or page. It can affect all elements of page. Okay, but what is the syntax here? The syntax is use style tag within head section. This is very important. Use style tag within head section. So we will see the example of internal CSS. Okay, here as it is HTML5, this doc type HTML is given, HTML tag, head tag, and very important to use the style tag. Okay, style tag afterwards here, it is called as a selector because it is without the angular bracket. Okay, again one more selector I have used, that is P selector. The color is applied, color is a property, and the red is a value. If you want to apply the multiple properties, put here semicolon and write your all properties. Okay, style tag close, head tag close, start body tag, and after that here H1 tag, and in style tag here H1 is used. Okay, so whatever the properties of that H1 applied is going to be applied for this tag. Okay, after that P tag, P is for paragraph, all you know. Here the P tag is used, This is a paragraph, p tag close. So what will happen? It will be display the output for h1 and p with respected color. Okay, and what about this h2? H2 will be displayed as it is without any effect. This is heading to as it is. So we will see the output. Output of internal CSS. See here. You can see H1 is applied with red color. So wherever I have given the H1 tag, that H1 tag comes with red color. P tag, it is with yellow color as applied here, yellow. And H2, it is not affected. Though I have given only H1 and P CSS properties, so only apply for H1 and P. Okay, so H2 will be as it is. This is the output of your internal CSS. Got it? Now we will see the next external CSS. This is all CSS properties are given. Color, background color, font weight, font style, text decoration, text align. Okay, these are all your CSS properties. Okay, so we'll start with the external CSS. External style sheet is generally used when you want to make changes on multiple pages. This is the definition of external style sheet. Okay, in inline we have seen if you want to change only single element, use inline CSS. If you want to apply the CSS style for single page or single document, use internal style sheet. And here in external style sheet, if you want to apply the same style for multiple pages, we use the external style sheet. Okay, this is the difference between three types of style sheet. Now here, what is the syntax? The syntax comes with link tag. Okay, we use the link tag within head section. In previous internal CSS, we have seen the style tag inside head section. Here, the link tag inside head section. Now there are three attributes of link tag. What are the three attributes of link tag? REL, the value of REL is style sheet. REL stands for relationship. Next type, the type is text/CSS. And href, that is hypertext reference. What is the reference given for this page? Is style.css. So what do you mean by style.css? The style.css is external file which save with extension .css. This style.css contain only selector, property and value. Okay, only selector, property and value. No HTML tag, no body tag. Got it? Means the HTML file, your HTML file, .html file is linked with style.css file by using which tag? Link tag. Okay, and for that link tag, the reference is given as a style.css. Means whatever the selector along with that properties and value given, that all will be applied for this page. That is a use of external CSS. Means once we set the style.css with many properties, okay, then we can give the reference to your pages and all these CSS properties apply to your page. Okay, so it will be save you a lot of work. That's why it is called as CSS save you a lot of work. Okay, so we will see the example first. External CSS example. See here, I've created this style.css file here. You can see this is a cascading style sheet document. Okay, and the extension should be .css. You can give any name, but the extension should be .css. Okay, so file name is style and the extension is .css. Here the file name is external CSS, the extension is .html. Okay, so I will open this file. See here, doc type HTML, HTML tag, head tag, the link tag is given. REL style sheet, type text/CSS and href is equal to style.css. Okay, head tag close, body h1, this is heading, body close, HTML close. Now this style file is contained only for h1. Okay, I have used one more tag here. For example, p tag. This is paragraph. P tag close. File. Save. Okay, so it display with red color, and this is paragraph. I will show you what I have given in style.css. You can see here I have used h1 selector, the property color red, margin left 20px. This property I have used, and for body background color blue. So whenever I will give the reference to the page, that whole background color in blue. No need to specify again the background color blue. Means same styling you can apply for many web pages. Okay, so this is things inside the style.css, and what is inside the HTML file contains link tag within head section. The reference is given, the reference is must. The reference of that file is style.css. Body close, h1 tag, this is paragraph, sorry, this is heading. P tag, this is paragraph. So what it is affected, you can see only h1 is going to be affected as red color, and this paragraph comes with as it is by default. Okay, and the background color is blue. That is the three types of CSS: external CSS, internal CSS, and inline CSS. Okay, it is very easy. Now we will see the next point, very important, that is the class selector. Okay, CSS stands for what? Cascading style sheet. And class selector, what do you mean by class selector? Okay, the class selector select the HTML element with specific class attribute, and it should be a dot, full stop symbol. Okay, so there are two types of selector: ID selector and class selector. Means if you want to apply the same style for group of element, okay, we can use the selector. So there are two types, class selector and ID selector. So before class selector, we will see the ID selector. Okay, so ID is applied for single element. So see here what do you mean by ID selector? CSS ID selector. The ID selector select the ID attribute of an HTML element to select specific element. Okay, ID is always unique. Means you can write any unique name. It is written with hash character. The syntax is written with hash character. Okay, and followed by your ID name. So the example is given. Just observe the example here. Doc type HTML, HTML tag, head tag, style tag. Okay, this hash and followed by ID name. What is the ID name given? Para1. The properties apply here: text align center, color blue, style tag close, head tag close, start body, and here P tag is used. Okay, and ID. What is ID? Used para1. Means I want to apply the same style for different elements. Okay, that time use hash and create one name. For example here para1. And this para1 can be accessed by using this ID. So use tag, and after that use ID attribute is equal to the name. Here para1. Okay, so para1 contains what? Hash para1 contains what? The text alignment, its center, and color blue. So hello students, it display with text align center and color blue. Now this is again next P. It is without ID. So what will happen? This paragraph will not be affected because there is no ID specification. Got it? If I use here again ID para1, this paragraph is affected. But here it is without ID, so will not be affected. Got it? So what you understand from ID? ID selector select the ID attribute of HTML elements to select the specific element, and it is written with hash character followed by ID name. ID always unique within the page. Okay, so we will see the example on ID. CSS. See here, doc type HTML, HTML tag, head tag. This is a type of internal CSS as the style tag is given. Okay, next, hash for ID, para1 name, properties applied. Here I have used a property letter spacing 1 centimeter, style close, head close, start body tag. Then here p tag, ID attribute, para1, and some contain inside. The contain is hello student. P tag close. Again, this is a paragraph. It is without ID. So we'll see the output. What will happen if I run this program? Before run the program, please save your file. See here, what is happening? It is display in center and letter spacing is 1 centimeter. Okay. Text align center. If I change the text alignment, left, letter spacing 2 centimeter. Okay. File, save, refresh your file. Okay. Again, the text alignment in left and letter spacing is 2 centimeter. So in this way, you can apply your properties and value. And this P, this is a paragraph. This output, it display by default without ID. If I applied here again ID para1, so what will happen? File, save, see the output, refresh, both are affected. If it is without ID, file, save, refresh, the paragraph will not be affected. That is called as ID selector. Okay, that is your ID selector. After that, we will see the next selector, which is a class selector. Now, what is the syntax of class selector? Class selector comes with full stop symbol, and class selector is used when you want to change a group of element within your HTML page. Class selector select the HTML element with specific class attribute. In ID, we have used the ID attribute. Here, instead of ID, we will use the class attribute with your HTML tag. And how to mention there as a class selector? Use full stop symbol and then your class name. You can use any class name. Okay. For example, see here. Here, dot. After that, name is given, intro. You can give any name. The properties applied, style close, head close, body, h1, tag, and class attribute. Specification is intro. Where the intro specified? Here. This is a heading, is blue and center aligned. This is a contained inside h1. P tag, class intro. This is a paragraph with blue and center. Means once you specify this line, and wherever you will use that class with that name, the properties, the CSS properties will be affected. Okay. So we will see one example based on that class selector. See here, it is intro, text align, center, color blue. You can use any name here, but followed by dot, full stop symbol, style close, head close, body tag, h1. Here, the class attribute. Here, intro. Intro is specified here. Again, p tag, id attribute, sorry, class attribute, intro, and some content inside this paragraph, body close, HTML close. So I have used here class attribute and the class name intro. If I run this program, what will happen? File, save. Yes, what is the output? The text alignment in center and color blue. And this property is applied for both. This is heading, this is paragraph. Now, if I want to apply the property for only this p tag, I don't want to apply the property for this h1. Then what is a v? Means I want this h1 will not be affected. Only p is going to be affected. So what is a v? You can use here p dot intro. So what it means? It will be only for paragraph. File, save, refresh your page. See here, only paragraph is affected. This is a heading as it is. Why it is not affected? Because I have given p dot intro. If I change, instead of p, I have used h1. What will happen? File, save, refresh your page, class selector. Now I will remove this h1. Means I want to apply for all the group of elements. I want to apply for h1 also, p also, okay, or some other tags are there in body. File, save, and run your program. See here, all the tags are affected. So this is a use of your class selector. Previous was ID selector. This is your class selector. Okay.